left eye since 2 months. On examination, the patient was diagnosed to be a case of anterior uveitis.
So she is an old lady. डोळ्याने दिसते का? दिसते. काय त्रास होते? डोळे बंद ठेवा, उघडू नका. हाँ. बर. So sometimes what you can see, what you can do is just see the normal side first. We know the suspected pathology on left side, and we can see the normal side first, just to make ourselves aware that what is normal for this patient. So this is right eye I am scanning. You can see the anterior chamber, the cornea is normal. You can magnify the image to see it nicely. Patient, this reverberation you are seeing is due to the IOL. Patient is operated on this side, and IOL gives us reverberation. You can see the sides. Try to see the iris and ciliary body, because we are interested in anterior chamber on other side, or anterior segment on other side. Now I go to the left side. This is the left eye. We'll first check whether the cornea is normal. For that, we divide the screen just for comparison. We'll freeze one image of the anterior segment of the normal eye, clinically normal eye. That is it. Now we go to the left eye. And this is the anterior chamber. You can see the native lens there. There is a cataract. Partial opacification is there. And I'll magnify a little bit more, adjust the focus to the minimum depth rather. See that cornea is normal. There are no internal echoes in the anterior chamber. But what you can see is little bit small or thin membrane like thing is seen here in front of the pupil. We'll just confirm whether it is normal or it is a technical issue. Small debris are there in front of the anterior reflection of lens. We'll just compare the ciliary body size on both sides, or pupil size on both sides. This is left side and this is right side. So there is no significant difference in the size of iris and ciliary body, so that is normal. So except for few debris in front of the lens, there are no such findings. Probably they have given a treatment, and due to that, so things have cleared up. But what you can expect in such patients is exudates, internal echoes in the anterior chamber, thickening of the iris and ciliary body. This part can get thickened, and you can see membranes. You can have membranes. Dr. Avinash has shown you the examples of anterior uveitis. Here only there are very few debris or probably membrane here. You will ask me whether why you do B-scan here. This can all be seen with the ophthalmoscope or a regular eye examination. Yes, but certain things, the ciliary body thickening, the iris thickening sometimes is not very well evaluated. And as this patient has got cataract, they are not able to see what is happening in the posterior chamber or the posterior vitreous. So they need to know whether this anterior uveitis is limited to the anterior segment or there is pan uveitis. That means anterior and posterior uveitis together. For that, they send the patient to us, and our role is to see what is happening posteriorly. So what you can see here, we have taken our focus to more than 2 centimeters, and we have increased the gain because we want to see what are the contents in the how the contents are there in the vitreous. And if you can appreciate, if it is seen on your screen, I will just increase the gain more. You see there are numerous fine echoes. Can you appreciate that? आजीबाई डावीकडे उजवीकडे हा डोळा फिरवा, फिरवा डोळा इकडून तिकडे. माझ्याकडे बघा, मान नाही हलवायची, फक्त डोळा फिरवा, फिरवा डोळा, खालती वरती बघा, फिरवा थोडासा. She is not able to move the eyeball, but we need to make her. इकडे बघा, तिकडे बघा. Now you can see that. Sorry. See, they are moving. Can you appreciate this? The fine internal echoes, they are moving, and this indicates that there are free mobile internal echoes in the posterior vitreous, and then this could be a fresh vitreous hemorrhage, or this could be early exudates. We cannot always differentiate between the exudates and the hemorrhage, as is the case in other body organs also. For example, in abdominal ultrasound also, sometimes it becomes difficult whether there is pyonephrosis or just stagnated debris in the dilated system. Likewise, but in view of her anterior uveitis, you can say this could be posterior uveitis also. This could be changes of posterior uveitis. So this additional information we are giving them because they cannot see beyond the anterior chamber. Then we will reduce the gain and try to see whether the optic nerve is normal, retroorbital area is normal, the retina, we can see that retinochoroidal complex is not thickened, it is normal. Sir, I inform you what is the thickness of the retinochoroidal complex, what is the dimension of the optic nerve, what is the axial length. All these things, whenever they are required, you should label this. So we report this case as few debris in the anterior chamber, ciliary body and iris, they appear normal, cornea is normal, and in the posterior segment you see the very fine internal echoes. They are freely mobile on kinetic echography or eye movement. That could be she could have a posterior uveitis as well.
Here we have a case of 20-year-old male who gave the alleged history of trauma to the left eye by nail while working at a construction site on 25th of this month. Patient then complained of sudden loss of vision in the left eye, which was also painful. On clinical examination, the patient was diagnosed as a case of left eye open globe injury with corneal tear and traumatic cataract.
So again, this is a young patient came with history of trauma some days back. You can see in the video this left or eyelid is quite swollen. So there is definite injury and inflammation in the left eye. I will just see the right eye. It is always useful to see both sides. Bilateral evaluation is many times useful for us. So we see, just scan quickly if any problem is there or any pathology is there on the right side, though patient has got significant history of trauma on left side. So this is, we come to the left side. We have history that he has been treated for injury. So again, anterior chamber evaluation, because probably they have done some procedure. I will freeze the anterior chamber image on the right side, right eye on the right side of the screen. that is the right eye. Come back to left eye. So now you can appreciate what is happening here. This is the normal cornea and this is the cornea on the side of injury. You can see the posterior reflection is thicker than this. You can see there are internal echoes or what you can say opacification, partial opacification of the cornea. More to that, you can see that this lens is clear and this lens is little bit, the shape is different, and you can see it's full of internal echoes. So probably due to injury the cornea has opacified. So that was to show you how you can compare two sides. We'll come back to the abnormal side. And so there are multiple echoes within the cornea. Cornea is little bit thickened as compared to other side. इस तरफ आँख घुमाओ. So this side of cornea is okay, but the temporal side of cornea is thickened and there are echoes. The lens is deformed. It has lost its normal shape, and the iris and ciliary body, they look normal in thickness. मेरे तरफ आँख घुमाओ. हाँ, ऐसे ही रखो. This is the iris and ciliary body on other side. On the temporal side, that is normal. What I could observe is little bit fluid outside the ocular coats. Probably that is due to the injury. Okay, so injuries, penetrating injury. क्या लग गया था आपको? So he says that there was nail has hit his eyeball. So foreign body we have to localize, try to see whether there is any foreign body in the vitreous, posterior vitreous or the extraocular compartment. So obviously there is no foreign body on this side. आँख बाहर घुमाओ. So on this side also there is no foreign body. We will go to the retroorbital region. सीधा देखो. That is the optic nerve. These are the muscles. We will reduce the gain so that we see them there nicely. That is the rectus muscle. This is fat around the optic nerve. So there is no foreign body as such. Now we will see the posterior vitreous, whether there is any injury, the consequence of any injury. Penetrating injuries can cause hemorrhage, they can cause detachments, and if they are retained they can cause inflammation also. So no significant, there are few discontinuous floaters there, they are seen, but there is no detachment as such. Okay, so we finish up with this case. Just give me a wipe. So there is thickening of cornea, opacification of the partial opacification of the cornea. So anterior chamber is clear, iris ciliary body is normal, the lens is deformed and is shows internal echoes, definite internal echoes, and the posterior chamber is normal. Retrobulbar region is normal. काय नाव बेटा?
Here we have a case of 7-year-old female who gave the alleged history of trauma to the left eye while playing at home by a wooden stick. On clinical examination,
which side?
left eye.
Left eye.
On clinical examination, the patient was diagnosed to be a case of left eye self-sealed corneal perforation with adherent glaucoma and partially absorbed traumatic cataract.
Okay, okay. So she has got an injury to which eye? Left eye. So some wooden stick. So I'll just see the right eye first. So right eye apparently normal in the transverse and in the longitudinal. आँख बंद रखो बेटा. This is left side I am seeing. Try to see what is there in the anterior chamber. And apply a little bit more jelly. So the cornea, anterior chamber apparently looks normal. She has been operated? Traumatic cataract. This lens doesn't look normal to me. You know, the shape is not normal. You know, see the lens. This is normal lens. This is the normal lens on right side. This is the lens that has flattened out and has internal echoes. They have done some procedure there? No. Okay, we'll try to see the foreign body as she has history that some wooden object has hit the eyeball. We'll go to the posterior chamber. Is there any abnormality within the globe? Increase the depth, reduce the gain to see the walls and optic nerve retroorbital region. Again increase the gain to see what is there in the posterior segment. Use another plane, longitudinal plane, and try to see whether there is a foreign body. We have to look for extraocular segments. This is lateral side. There is no foreign body. On the medial side, again there is no foreign body. So some internal echoes are seen posteriorly in the posterior vitreous. I'll try to ask the patient to move eyeball. Can anybody make her move eyeball? She doesn't know Hindi or Marathi. She has come from Andhra Pradesh probably. So if we compare, this is the right eye, relatively echo free, and the left eye got certain internal echoes. So her mother has come to our rescue. इधर इधर घुमाने बोलो उसको. आप आपके तरफ देखने बोलो. हाँ, और थोड़ा नीचे ऊपर. So a little bit movement is there. हाँ, और थोड़ा उधर. हाँ, और उधर. इधर right left. So there is, she has moved eye a little bit, and we can see that is free floating. So we can take them as floaters and not as membrane, because they are of varying thickness and they are discontinuous. So only finding in this case is that lens which has appeared, it's lost its normal biconvex appearance and become echogenic. So this could be a traumatic cataract. Okay. ले लो उसको. So what added information we have given to them is, because of that cataract they are not able to see the posterior segment, and we have given them information that there is no injury, that there is no result of injury, any consequence of injury as far as posterior segment is concerned, and they may proceed with cataract removal or the lens IOL implantation in this patient at whenever patient settles.
We have a case of 54-year-old male who gave the alleged history of trauma to the right eye while working in a factory 1 month back. On clinical examination, the patient was diagnosed to be a case of foreign body in the right eye.
दोनों आंख बंद रखो. मराठी समजते, हिंदी समजते ना? हाँ, डोळे बंद ठेवायचे मी सांगेपर्यंत. मी सांगेन तेव्हा आतले हात डोळे फिरवायचे. ठीक आहे. तुम्हाला उजव्या भागाला डोळ्याला मार लागला ना? So he has history of injury on right side. So we'll just see the left eye first. Try to see the anterior segment, lens, and the posterior segment. His डोळे कोणत्या डोळ्याला मार लागला? He is saying right. Okay, so there is trauma to the left eye as well. So we'll begin our examination from the anterior chamber. Is apparently normal iris, pupil. We'll see in the other plane. The cornea is normal. This is the cornea, iris, ciliary body. या बाजूला डोळा फिरवा बाहेर. हाँ बस. So he is quite obedient. We can see the iris ciliary body on this side as well. What is the clinical finding here? Okay. So we go to the posterior segment, increase our depth, reduce the gain, just first to see the membranes and the optic nerve or the ocular coats. They look normal, nothing embedded here. As we are screening, we can see something is popping up or is clearly visible, very dense. Very dense small shadow. It is seen in both planes, transverse and longitudinal plane. There are reverberation artifacts. It is not showing posterior acoustic shading. I will increase the gain, try to see any more information is there. No, it remains the same size. So probably this is a foreign body in the posterior vitreous on the temporal side of the globe. We'll ask him to do eye movement now and try to see whether that is free flowing. डोळा फिरवा तुमचा डावीकडे उजवीकडे फिरवा. हाँ, सी दैट इज मूविंग फ्रीली. बस बस झालं है ना. The lens is moving very freely. The foreign body is moving very freely within the eyeball, and now we have to see whether it has caused any hemorrhage within the vitreous. So obviously not much there. See, whenever you are in doubt, you just apply same settings to the other eyeball and just see that whether that is normal or not. Oh, I cannot compare the other eyeball because he has been operated. You can see that these are the internal echoes due to oil installation here. They have done oil installation, probably vitrectomy done. Okay. So in this case, there is a anterior chamber is normal for us. There is a small echogenic foreign body in the posterior vitreous, measures around 2 millimeters, and it is shows some mobility or change in position on eye movement. एकदा डोळा फिरवा पुन्हा. फिरवा. हाँ, see that it is moving. Okay, okay, ठीक है. So there is no other additional foreign body because there is an industrial area nearby our hospital, so we get lot of foreign body patients. Okay. Chala, thank you. The old patient has come. What is the history?
Patient is 60-year-old male
who
who gave the history of diminution of vision in bilateral eye since 7 years.
Okay.
Patient is an operated case of left eye cataract Now the patient was diagnosed to be a case of cataract in the right eye, and patient is posted for cataract surgery.
So this is pre-op evaluation. Right eye we have to see. Right. So we go back to basic settings. You see the anterior chamber as he has got cataract. आँख मेरे तरफ घुमा के रखी है, बंद रखना है, सिर्फ अंदर के अंदर घुमाना है. आँख बंद रखिए दोनों, खोलना नहीं आँख, दोनों आँख. और मेरे तरफ घुमा के रखो आँख. So you can see that cataract there, dense cataract, and probably they are not able to see the posterior chamber. So we will give them information whether they can go ahead with removal of this cataract. So बस अभी नहीं घुमाना आँख. So you can see the optic now. There is no detachment here. There are no membranes. Will increase the gain. आँख नहीं घुमाओ, रुको ऐसे ही. Patient compliance sometimes becomes very essential part. You can see some internal echoes there. Due to high resolution probes, you can detect the slightest of opacity in the eyeball. आँख घुमाइए इधर से उधर, घुमाइए मेरे तरफ देखिए, मेरे तरफ, इधर देखो इधर, काका इधर देखो ना मेरे तरफ. हाँ, see that even if they move little bit, you can see that after movements. हाँ उधर देखो, दूसरे बाजू देखो, शाबाश. और मेरे तरफ देखो, घुमाओ आँख, नीचे ऊपर घुमाओ, घुमाओ आँख घुमाओ, इधर देखो. हाँ, दैट्स बस. छोड़ दो. You can see that they are freely mobile. बस हो गया. So this is a small, could be a small PVD, but definitely not worrisome. They can definitely go ahead with the cataract surgery. So such information we can give them before going for cataract surgery. Next patient, please. So our students have worked since last 2-3 weeks to gather cases for you for the demonstration.
Patient is 50-year-old female who complained of diminution of vision in left eye since 10 days with sticky discharge from the left eye. The patient took symptomatic treatment for her complaints. The patient has history of bilateral cataract surgery done in the year of 2007. On examination, patient was diagnosed to be a case of left eye vitritis.
दोन्ही डोळे बंद ठेवा. मराठी समजते? हाँ. So she has history of complaints on the left side. So now we begin our examination on left side. We'll just wait for 1 minute. Okay, auto save हो रहा है. हाँ, but ये क्या हो रहा है? Okay, now we are ready. We'll use normal settings first. Try to see what is the abnormality there. She has been operated, so there is an IOL here. You can see those reverberations. Anterior chamber apparently looks normal. The posterior segment, can measure this RC complex here. It is 1.5 millimeters. So apparently the structure looks okay. We will just see whether anything there in the vitreous. डोळा फिरवात या बाजूला. ओके, ठीक आहे थांबून जा. So you need to increase the gain to the maximum. Even if the gain is 100, you can use the TGC to make it more visible, and try to see what are the slightest possible opacities in the posterior vitreous. Okay, you can see there are a lot of internal echoes in the posterior vitreous. So this could be debris or exudates. No, it is full of it, like we had seen in first or second patient. आता डोळा फिरवा आतल्या आत. See, they are freely mobile. Echoes as well as those thin membranes, they are mobile. So this could be sign of inflammation in the posterior segment. फिरवा डोळा डावीकडे उजवीकडे. दुसऱ्या बाजूला फिरवा आता. See, it is rapid movement is there, and there are some internal echoes here. We'll just compare to the other side. Other eye has got that what you can say floaters, but there are no internal echoes as we are seeing on the affected eye. So we can label that as diffuse fine internal echoes in the eyeball. That could suggest vitritis. Now I will hand over the mic to Dr. Avinash sir. He will demonstrate you further cases.